everyone, it's me, Pluto. So tomorrow, it's a very important day in most of the Commonwealth lands because November 11th, it's Remembrance Day. So at 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, World War I ended with the Armistice Agreement. So in the Canada lands tomorrow, and in a lot of lands, we're going to have a quiet time for 1 or 2 minutes at 11 a.m. and remember all the Canadians who have served throughout our history. So Mum, she always thinks about her grandfather, Private William Henry Taylor. He was a big football player in the Belfast lands, but when he was just 14, he joined the Royal Irish Fusiliers to fight in the trenches of that big war. He was one of the really lucky ones, though, because he made it to come back home. And then later, he took the migrations over to the Canada lands and had a family. So he got to see Mum get hatched, and she got to have him as a granddad. So Mum tells the same stories every year, but we don't spin our eyeballs because they're actually really funny stories. Bill, that was Grandpa, he was a real trickster, okay? So he taught Mum how to play the crown and anchor dice and how to make a proper bet when she was 10. And he also knew magic. Mum says he would pull quarters out of her ears and he would pull eggs out of his sleeve. So he also liked to put butter on his bread before he put it down into the toaster oven. Now I do love a nice crust of buttered toast, but it sounds like he was a dangerous man in the kitchens. So he's in our thinking box for tomorrow for the Remembering Day. So a lot of people, they choose to wear a red poppy on November 11th because it was the flower that bloomed on the battlefields of World War I. The scarlet poppy, it likes to grow where the earth gets all disturbed. So as World War I was raging through the Europe land's heart, those poppies were blooming on the otherwise barren battlefields. So Major John McCrae, a surgeon to the 1st Brigade of the Canadian Corps Artillery, he had been on the battlefields at the Flanders Fields in the Belgium lands for 12 days under heavy artilleries. And his good friend, Lieutenant Alexis Helmer, was killed. So the next morning on May 3rd, he was sitting and he could hear the larks singing between the sounds of the explosions. And he looked out at the cemetery where wild poppies were already beginning to bloom between the crosses that were marking way too many graves. So John, he was a storyteller, and that morning he was inspired to write the very famous poem In Flanders Fields. And that poem, it's over 100 years old now, and it's still really, really important that we remember it. So I wanted to recite you just a little bit. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. So today, you should totally go to the YouTubers and ask for a reading by Dame Helen the Fabulous Mirren or by the late, great Leonard Cohen. They do amazeballs readings that will totally give you the feelies when you listen to that really important poem. So everyone, tomorrow have a quiet moment at 11 and be thankful for those who fought for our freedoms because they deserve our gratitudes and our respect.